1386. Faithful to the end, amended, from the heavenly clause, constancy with a proviso, constancy abhors. Crowns of life are servile prizes to the stately heart, given for the giving solely, no emolument. 1387. To his simplicity, to die was little fate, if duty live contented, but her confederate. 1388. The treason of an accent might ecstasy transfer, of her effacing fathom is no recoverer. 1389. I suppose the time will come, aid it in the coming, when the bird will crowd the tree and the bee be booming. I suppose the time will come, hinder it a little, when the corn in silk will dress, and in chintz the apple. I believe the day will be when the jay will giggle at his new white house, the earth, that too halt a little. 1390. Take all away. The only thing worth larceny is left, the immortality. 1391. I sued the news, yet feared the news, that such a realm could be, the house not made with hands it was, thrown open wide to me. 1392. Love's stricken why is all that love can speak, built of but just a syllable, the hugest hearts that break. 1393. Those cattle smaller than a bee, that herd upon the eye, whose tillage is the passing crumb, those cattle are the fly. Of barns for winter blameless, extemporaneous stalls, they found to our objection on eligible walls. Reserving the presumption to suddenly descend, and gallop on the furniture, or odiouser offend. Of their peculiar calling, unqualified to judge, to nature we remand them, to justify or scourge. 1394. The long sigh of the frog upon a summer's day enacts intoxication upon the reverie, but his receding swell substantiates a peace that makes the ear inordinate for corporeal release. 1395. The butterfly's Numidian gown, with spots of burnish roasted on, is proof against the sun, but prone to shut its spotted fan, and panting on a clover's lean, as if it were undone. 1396. Of his peculiar light we keep one ray, to clarify the sight, to seek him by. 1397. How firm eternity must look to crumbling men like me, the only adamant estate in all identity. How mighty to the insecure thy physiognomy, to whom not any face cohere, unless concealed in thee. 1398. Gathered into the earth, and out of story, gathered to that strange fame, that lonesome glory, that hath no omen here, but awe. 1399. The sun is one, and on the tear he doth as punctual call, as on the conscientious flower, and estimates them all. 1400. The worthlessness of earthly things, the ditty is that nature sings, and then enforces their delight, till synods are inordinate. 1401. Dreams are the subtle dower that make us rich an hour, then flings us poor out of the purple door into the precinct raw, possessed before. 1402. His heart was darker than the starless night, for that there is a morn, but in this black receptacle can be no bode of dawn. 1403. Touch lightly nature's sweet guitar, unless thou knowest the tune, or every bird will point at thee, because a bard too soon. 1404. In many and reportless places we feel a joy, reportless also, but sincere as nature or deity. It comes without a consternation, dissolves the same, but leaves a sumptuous destitution, without a name. Profane it by a search we cannot, it has no home, nor we who having once waylaid it, thereafter roam. 1405. Long years apart can make no breach a second cannot fill. The absence of the witch does not invalidate the spell. The embers of 1,000 years, uncovered by the hand that fondled them when they were fire, will stir and understand. 1406. Praise it, 'tis dead, it cannot glow. Warm this inclement ear with the encomium it earned. Since it was gathered here, invest this alabaster zest in the delights of dust, remitted since it flitted it in recusants August. 1407. A saucer holds a cup in sordid human life, but in a squirrel's estimate, a saucer holds a loaf. A table of a tree demands the little king, and every breeze that run along his dining room do swing. His cutlery he keeps within his russet lips, to see it flashing when he dines do Birmingham eclipse. Convicted could we be of our minutiae, the smallest citizen that flies is hardier than we. 1408. The bat is done with wrinkled wings, like fallow article, and not a song pervade his lips, or none perceptible. His small umbrella quaintly halved, describing in the air an arc alike inscrutable, elate philosopher. Deputed from what firmament, of what astute abode, empowered with what malignity, auspiciously withheld. To his adroit creator ascribe no less the praise, beneficent, believe me, his eccentricities. 1409. Death warrants are supposed to be an enginery of equity, a merciful mistake, a pencil in an idol's hand, a devotee has oft consigned to crucifix or block. 1410. The flake of wind exasperate, more eloquently lie, than if escorted to its down by arm of chivalry. 1411. Summer laid her simple hat on its subtle shelf, unobserved a ribbon dropped, covet it yourself. Summer laid her supple glove in its sylvan drawer, wheresoever, or was she the demand of awe. 1412. How know it from a summer's day, its fervours are as firm, and nothing in the countenance but scintillates the same. Yet birds examine it and flee, and vans without a name inspect the admonition, and sunder as they came. 1413. Summer we have all seen, a few of us believed, a few the more aspiring, unquestionably loved. But summer does not care, she goes her spacious way, as eligible as the moon, to the temerity, deputed to adore, the doom to be adored, unknown as to an ecstasy, the embryo endowed. 1414. How fits his umber coat, the tailor of the nut, combined without a seam, like raiment of a dream. Who spun the auburn cloth, computed how the girth, the chestnut aged grows, in those primeval clothes. We know that we are wise, accomplished in surprise, yet by this countryman, this nature, how undone. 1415. Trusty as the stars, who quit their shining working, prompt as when I lit them in Genesis's new house, durable as dawn, whose antiquated blossom makes a world's suspense perish and rejoice. 1416. These held their wick above the west, till when the red declined, or how the amber aided it, defied it to be defined, then waned without disparagement, in a dissembling hue, that would not let the eye decide, did it abide or no.